Gfinity Arena here in London, where we are getting ready for the grand final of the 2021 F1 Esports Series Pro Championship presented by Aramco. Now, last night, Mercedes won the Team Championship, their first since 2018. Congratulations to them. But in the Drivers' Championship, well, it's still on the line. And that is a lot heavier than I thought it was going to be. A Red Bull driver is hoping to dethrone a current Mercedes champion. But before we head there, we'd like to celebrate the last 5 years of F1 Esports action. It's been incredible, season after season of mighty skill. Now, while I celebrate like I've won, Matt, is over to you.
To understand just how far F1 Esports has come and how much it's grown, we have to go all the way back to 2017 in Abu Dhabi.
Look at the audience of people. The drivers are all set. Oh, I love that, Matt. It takes me right back. 2017, the heat is the most thing I remember from that. I remember the nervousness for the drivers. This had never been done before.
No, and, going to Abu Dhabi was a big statement, from Formula One and the esports, and I massively enjoyed it. Couldn't believe we were there. The drivers themselves were walking through the paddock, parading around, driving literally next to where the F1 teams were getting ready for the weekend.
And I remember that moment, we were on the desk, Yas Marina right behind us, and then all of a sudden they announced Fernando Alonso wants to come up and take part and just be amongst everybody. That's just how cool it was. All the superstars came along to set their eyes upon F1 Esports and get into it. Great start, 2017. 2018, we moved to Silverstone, another Grand Prix track. Such a memorable moment, that, Matt. Walking along with the drivers on the track at Silverstone. And those drivers were going through all of those assessments. So there was another level of professionalism, and they were all hoping to get selected in the pro draft.
Yeah, and to actually get the teams involved themselves as well. In 2018, to actually be representing a Formula One team is crazy for some of those drivers. You could see the beams on their faces when they got picked. It was amazing.
The reigning champion comes back and destroys the field. Brendan Lee, back-to-back F1 Esports Pro Series champion.
It was again Brendan Lee becoming a two-time champion, and it was the first time ever Mercedes were going to win the team championship. But would they win it in 2019, Matt?
No, they would not, Tom. It was actually Red Bull that had an amazing roster of Tormula, Rasmussen and Longay, and they just stormed to the title.
They did indeed, but we also had a brand new team. FDA joined, first time they'd ever competed, now that's 10 teams, and they got the first pick in the draft, and they chose David Tunitsa. Now, did he go on to do anything, Matt?
Yeah, he won the driver's title. He literally came out of nowhere and just blitzed it, especially the start of the season. He ran away with it.
For Ferrari, their first year in the championship, his first year in the championship, and the 2019 title for David Tunitsa.
2019 ended on a high. Sadly, 2020 started badly with the whole COVID outbreak, and it changed everything. But it did bring about the virtual Grand Prix.
Yeah, the virtual Grand Prix were amazing. The entertainment factor of all just random celebrities getting involved in a bit of carnage was just awesome to watch on the F1 game.
George Russell can see the checkered flag, and the British driver crosses the line to win on the streets of Baku.
George Russell becoming the official Virtual Grand Prix champion there. Great to see. But for the 2020 F1 Esports Pro Championship, it was remarkable. A brand new driver champion in Jarno Opmeer.
Yes, enter Jarno to the scene. We had an evolution of the championship as well. We had 35% race distance, improved from 25%, as well as a full qualifying format, Q1, Q2, Q3, just like you see in real-life Formula One qualifying. So Jarno utilised his hot lapper title and his alternate strategy elements that he has to his racecraft as well, combined that into a perfect storm and took the title.
It's been another masterclass for Jarno Opmeer. It's being debated brilliantly between these two. Jarno Opmeer takes the F1 Esports title of 2020.
Now, we've mentioned about the updated qualifying. I wanted to show you two different qualifying sessions, Monza 2020 and Monza 2021. Back in 2020, we had the top two separated by 27 thousandths of a second. We thought, wow, what an amazing qualifying session. Fast forward 1 year and we have the top four separated by 17 thousandths of a second. The steps forward these drivers are making are incredible.
And their drivers took that competitiveness to the races as they went wheel to wheel into turn one of the opening round.
Lucas Blakely, welcome to the show.
Lucas Blakely takes the opening win of the year and wins for the first time in F1 Esports.
What a magical moment for Lucas Blakely, getting his maiden win in the Pro Championship. And just think back to 2018 when he was in the Pro Draft, didn't get selected. Tears of disappointment for him, but fast forward to now and he could be winning his first Drivers' Championship. And that's not the only headline though, is it, Matt?
No, it's not. You've got Freddie Rasmussen trying to secure his first World Championship as a driver, but he wants to secure that Red Bull back-to-back teams victory because that's really where his priorities lie. Then you've got Jarno Opmeer. He's trying to be a double World Champion to emulate what Brendan Lee did in the first 2 seasons of F1 Esports.
Yeah, $750,000 prize pool on the line is beautifully poised as we headed to the grand final. Welcome along. Hey, come and join us. That was a beautiful recap of everything that's happened over the last 5 years. I'm Tom Deacon, and to my left, I have the one and only Nick Hamilton. Nick, that was beautiful. Lovely to recap some of those moments. You joined last year, and I'll tell you what, no chance of you leaving anytime soon. And you didn't. You know that's all that happens just behind that tunnel, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Totally. Okay, good. Nick, hey, we're coming down. It's on the line. It's the grand final. Have you enjoyed it so far?
I have. I've loved it. I'm part of the furniture now, Tom. Yeah. Really enjoying this desk job with you, mate. And,
yeah, I forget who hosted it before. Natalie Pinkham?
Yeah, no, we've had an amazing season. It's been full of ups and downs, so many exciting moments, breathtaking moments as well. But yeah, let's see what happens at the end of the year.
Okay, all right. Well, that Drivers' Championship is on the line. As I've mentioned several times, just building up a bit of that suspense. I'll tell you what we can do. We can have a countdown clock to come and join me on the screen right now, and that will take you to the race for the season. We are heading to Sao Paulo, Interlagos. Now, Nick, we had a race last night. We kicked proceedings off. We had 2, in fact. But the first one was Imola. One of your favourite tracks, would you say?
Yeah, it's got so much history, hasn't it? So much has gone there or happened in the past there. So many champions there. So many tragedies there as well. You know, it's full of history, and it was amazing to watch last night. It definitely didn't disappoint us.
Okay, well, let's recap and remind everybody what happened. These are your Imola highlights.
And we're underway for a vital race in the championship with a good getaway for the McLaren man, who will head off the Ferrari into turn 1. It's as you were, no big movers for the moment. Josh Dhl leads into turn number 1. Are they going to be close in the background? They are, with Lucas Blakely still ahead of Jarno Opmeer, as you were at the start. Lucas Blakely has gone to work. He can crucially see that Danny Moreno has fallen away from the DRS protection of the Ferrari in front of him. He's got it now. He's in the wheel tracks. He's alongside. He's ahead. Look how powerful DRS is. And you're looking at the battle for the lead. You're looking at Joshua Dhl, who isn't in that car week in, week out. He's been swapping around with Danny Beresne, a race winner in the past who's not having the season that he would want. Barry Burremund has been outstanding as well. Such a good qualifier this year. But it was his teammate who started on pole. It's his teammate who holds the lead for the time being. But will he? By the time that he gets to the end of the straight, because the Ferrari is coming at Imola, he's pulling alongside. He's pulling ahead. David Tanitsa takes the lead. Here we go then. And Jarno Opmeer, no, it's up against the other Aston Martin, so a bit of team games going on here for the time being. Left or right if you're Jarno Opmeer, which way do you go? He's got past the McLaren. If he can pick his braking point, he's through the next car ahead, his championship rival. Now, David Tanitsa tries to fight back, can't fight back. Is there a move into the Villeneuve chicane? You'd be brave to pull this off. And every single time you have a half look like that, you invite the driver behind to send one to the inside. Lucas Blakely really stuck at the moment because he can't get a clean move.
They look at Jarno Opmeer round the outside of Lucas Blakely. Is he going to put it off?
This is so important for the championship. As they come out, he's got the traction, he's got the position, and the points lead swings back again. Jarno Opmeer now extending things. Jarno Opmeer's best bet here up against Freddie Rasmussen, who's a few cars back, is to do what he is doing and take third position on the way down to the Tamburello chicane. And what was turning into a good day for Jarno Opmeer is turning into a great day for Jarno Opmeer. Guess what? Battle for the lead on the last lap.
As always, and it's to the inside, David Tanitsa!
David Tanitsa's got the inside line. David Tanitsa's got it done, and he's off the road. Josh Adair is off the road.
Oh!
He clipped it into the wall. That's cruel. It's brutal. It's undeserved. And David Tanitsa has the race lead. Danny Moreno's up to second position. Whilst all of that has gone on, Mercedes driver, number 2 in the standings, is ahead of Mercedes championship leader. And there he is. Is he getting out of the way? Over the line to see the checkered flag. David Tanitsa has dropped down the order, but we believe that David Tanitsa has taken the checkered flag and won. Jarno Opmeer in second place and Freddie Rasmussen in third.
Oh, top casting from Alex Jakes and Matt Gallagher. Let's have a look at the race classifications then. So it was an in-game penalty given to David Tanitsa. That was rescinded, so he won the race, winning in his home circuit for the FDA team. Brilliant from him, giving him his first win of the season. What did it do for the title? Well, as you can see, down in 10th position was Lucas Blakely for Britain, representing in the Drivers' Championship. And unfortunately, that definitely is almost put him out of winning the Drivers' Championship this season. And then Marcel Keefer all the way down in 20th. That you don't expect to see at all there, Nick. But a great race, can I just say, from Joni Tormola, P17 to P4. Epic work from him for the AlphaTauri team, trying to put some points vitally in that team championship on the board for them. But lots of talking points. Where do you want to start? Do you want to start with Lucas Blakely?
Yeah, I mean, you've told me where to start.
All right, then, let's do that. Let's talk about Lucas Blakely, because
sure.
Was it a brake check? Is the main talking point of that race. With David Tanitsa just in front of him. There was a train, he was trying to overtake, he wanted to put more points on the board for the Drivers' Championship. What did you make of this then?
Yeah, I think looking back at it, David Tanitsa's not a dirty driver. He's been here many years, and it looked like he was just in a train. And I think Lucas obviously has got his got everything on the line pretty much, so it's quite easy to make a quick judgment, an emotional judgment. Maybe when he looked back at this, a couple of minutes later or hours later, he might think something different.
Yeah, but it's basically all those emotions are going through the drivers. He wants to win his first Drivers' Championship. Didn't have a great season last year, so the pressure's on him. He was feeling gutted after it. Someone who's going to feel definitely gutted is Josh Adair from McLaren Shadow. Is pretty much his rookie debut season. Had pole position and then lost it. Talk me through that.
Well, he actually got pole position, and he was almost a lights to flag, perfect race from Josh. Just unfortunate that he was in a position where he needed to defend, but maybe a lack of experience in this sort of situation.
Clip there as well.
Yeah, I know, and it made life a lot more difficult for him. It went bad to worse. But I think, with this experience, he's obviously shown that he's got so much pace. So if he's in that opportunity again, or that situation again for next year, he'll know what to do differently.
OK, so that's great. So it's looking forward. But David Tanitsa, for the FDA as a team, you've got 2 champions, 2 drivers, 2 champions, and they just haven't performed as we'd expect them to this year. But that's great to see David Tanitsa getting a win there. Yeah,
Tanitsa, he knows what he's doing, and so does Brendan Lee. Sometimes in motorsport, it just doesn't fall your way. And it's all about momentum. And when momentum isn't in your favour, it's really quite difficult to pull yourself out of it. But, Brendan Lee, David Tanitsa, they've got the minerals to really, have a good year next year if they knuckle down.
You have taken the phrase of Matt Gallagher right there, the minerals. I'll tell you what, we will come back after a short break to show you the second race from yesterday as we headed to Mexico.
Hello, we're Williams Esports and we will be doing the F1 Esports quiz, so let's see how we do. I would say like 7?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
It's more. Jarno Opmeer. I knew he had like 6 podiums in a row in the first half of the season, but I didn't know the wins.
Well, it's definitely Imola and Portugal. And well, USA was in 19, but it wasn't in 20, so I'll go with USA as well.
Japan for sure, because I really like Japan. Canada too. Man, I can't remember. Hanoi, man. I mean, literally forgot because even Formula 1 didn't race in Hanoi.
Freddie.
Yeah, that's too easy. 5.
What?
Oh my god, man. 9 drivers. Yeah, I didn't know that. Impossible.
But it was, wait, it was Australia, Baku, oh, China, Spa and Silverstone.
He didn't even race that year, but he's goated. Yeah, well, probably Otmar hasn't got this because he started on 2019, so yeah. Freddie Rasmussen.
Let's go.
Nah, language barrier. I lost because I'm Spanish.
Nah.
Nah, joke.
Oh, there is a live audience here. Great to have them on board. Those are the trophy. That's what's at stake. It is a grand final. Now, we are bringing you up to speed on the action that took place yesterday. Before we head to Interlagos, very shortly, just around about 8:05, we need to show you what happened in Mexico. So let's do that now.
5 red lights in Mexico City, and we're underway with Freddie Rasmussen getting a good start, maintaining the lead. That looks a good getaway as well for Barry Boromund in the second phase. He's going to have the inside line, and Jarno Opmeer's got a lot of momentum. Can he dive to the inside? Opmeer thinking about it to the inside immediately. Rasmussen is in trouble here. They're wide. Jarno Opmeer turns 3rd position into the race lead. He's in a brilliant opportunity now to score another victory and edge closer to that title. We've got Barry Boromund going to the inside. Barry Boromund in the McLaren takes the lead. He has never won an F1 Esports race. He's been mighty on one lap this year, multiple pole positions, but now it's his turn to punch a hole in the air, and Boromund leads. And they go over the line once again. We're in this holding pattern of Freddie Rasmussen chasing win number 10 in F1 Esports, but it's Jarno Opmeer who retakes the race lead. Easy pass into turn 1, pass that Barry Boromund wasn't exactly fighting. That is your race leader, but he wasn't in that position before. Waiting. Oh, it's glacial, and there you see going through as he gets up to speed, Opmeer. And Boromund, he is in 3rd position. Will he have called it the right way? Will that tyre advantage later on be able to turn what is a net 3rd place into a net race win? When are you going to use the energy? That's the difference if you're in this DRS train. The answer for Lucas Blakely is right here, right now. We've got Barry Boromund going to the lead of the race. They know they can't afford to work together anymore. Elbows out, game on. Barry Boromund, then Jarno Opmeer, then Freddie Rasmussen. Marcel Keefer going up against Lucas Blakely, who's had enough at the moment. He's seen his chances disappear, but he can't get ahead, and he's going to dive to the inside. 3-car battle for the lead, and if they keep battling like this, it'll be a 17-car battle for the lead. Are we going to get contact between these two? He's trying to go the long way around. He's off the road as he tries to do so. Can he turn the outside line to the inside line? This is only for 7th place, but it could be for more. Who gets the power down? Who gets ahead? Can it be Blakely? Yes, it's Blakely. Wow, did he wait a long time for that? This is the closest that we've seen Rasmussen all the way. Can he stay close now? Can he go for it? Is it wide? Is it wide?
He let him through!
Wide. So he went tactical. He went tactical at the end. Freddie Rasmussen has the race lead. Was it tactical? Was it the right way to go? He's trying to break the toe. The Red Bull leads, and he's on to the last lap. Did Jarno Opmeer go tactical? And did he get it right, or did he get it wrong? Because Rasmussen's got P1, but is it the right way to go? Opmeer diving to the inside. Opmeer plays it to perfection and regains the lead. Tactical masterclass at this stage. Opmeer ahead of Rasmussen. Separated across the line by less than half a second. Jarno Opmeer brilliantly wins in Mexico City to take an 18-point advantage into the final race of the year.
I'd love to see that. Jarno Opmeer clapping his team. It's a team effort there, but I tell you what, incredible work from him. to get that win there in Mexico. Barry Burman doing a fantastic job for McLaren Shadow. He moved from Mercedes this year and is doing excellently. Freddie Rasmussen down in third after that penalty. Danny Moreno picking up the points for Mercedes and therefore giving Mercedes the team championship. Further down the order, what big names can I see there? Quite a few. Josh Alweir, after that disappointment in Imola, not able to get into the points. Now, the two beautiful voices, eloquent as always, are with me right now. Alex Jakes, Matt Gallagher. That was an incredible race to commentate on. What did you enjoy most about it? Was it the train, Alex?
Not the train, because so many cars glued together with the championship on the line. I mean, it's thrilling, but it's difficult to call. No, I think the tactics of Jarno Opmeer are absolutely outstanding there, because we've seen that go wrong earlier in the season. So to pull it off, it was just another feather in his cap.
Oh, we love that. And what I also have just noticed in my head while I was looking at you, Alex, is this is the first time that Alex has ever been down here. He's normally up in the comms area.
I'm normally not allowed down.
You're never allowed down here.
I don't know what I've done.
It's a grand final. That's what happened. Matt, Jarno Opmeer, again, proving how good he is. With that, they were calling it online the Giga Brain, the Pogmeer, to make that decision to drop back to second for DRS.
Yeah, he quite clearly knew that it was going to be difficult for him to maintain the lead if he kept the lead going on to the last lap. So, you know, he moves out of the way and, you know, it's a bit cheeky, but it's exactly what Longuet tried to do in America and unfortunately failed. So Jarno himself said yesterday that he may have given Freddie just a bit too much breathing room going down towards turn one, but it's such a long straight. And Freddie maybe just left the door open a little bit as well, which I was a little bit disappointed in because the swing would have been 14 points had he stayed in the lead, Freddie.
Yeah, and could he have defended it? That's what people were talking about in the quali show earlier on, which you magnificently host.
Oh, stop it.
Oh, come on. You do. But could he have defended it?
Yes, I think so. I'm sure that, you know, he has his reasons, but the inside line was just there for the taking. Jarno made the corner pretty easily, and I felt like, you know, he just left the door open too much. And I don't know why it was conservative from him, because he didn't really have anything else to really fight for. And letting the Mercedes through gave them the team's championship as well.
OK, I am genuinely loving having you down on the floor of the studio.
It's been fun.
Beautiful. Let's have a look at the team standings then, because this is what it's all about. The 750,000 prize pool is on the line. And now we know Mercedes have won it. But then the fight happens here with FDA, Alpine. Can McLaren Shadow move up? Can Haas get a point on the board? Matt, when you look at that, what do you see?
Well, I think the big fight is obviously for fourth place. And of course, you know, there's still prize money up for grabs for the teams. And FDA Esports, they fielded a new driver for the Brazil, for Leveche, which was a bit of a strange move, considering they got two champions in the team of Brendan Lee and David Tanitsa. You said in the quali show that David Tanitsa was on holiday, and that's why, because he'd won the previous race. But turned out to be complete lies, because he even said in the Twitch chat, didn't he, that you were lying. But
that's unbelievable.
That's the big fight to look out for me.
OK, all right. Well, listen, gentlemen, from that previous race that we just saw, Barry Burman finished in second place, and we caught up with the McLaren Shadow driver to find out all about his F1 Esports journey.
Barry Burman, for the first time, has taken pole in the Pro Championship. He's done the job for McLaren.
Everyone is dreaming about being a Formula 1 driver like me. When I was so young, when I was 14, I drove in the World Finals in karting when I in senior class. Like, I was the youngest for like 4 years. And I tested the Formula 4 cars and it was quite good as well. But, you know, in motorsport, you need good sponsors because, you know, the financial problem is high. And, you know, hopefully I can go to the upstairs level.
Barry Burman, the one to watch.
Oh, what a move!
What a great job from Barry Burman.
I'm just so grateful, to be honest, because I have this opportunity to show myself. This year was good. It was really good in the raw pace. I really showed a good pace, to be honest. But yeah, we were lacking a little bit on the race, but it's all good. And yeah, it's been a great journey.
Barry Burman over the line for P1 in that McLaren. Lucas Blakely now only manages P3. It's Barry Burman on pole position.
To be honest, I knew my quali pace is really good. Like, you know, I have so much confidence on my quali pace, especially in the pressure, and you know, but to reach Q3 every 9 races I did, which is crazy, to be honest.
Barry Burman just set his personal best in that session.
on the last lap.
On the last lap when it
Quali,
matters. Take pole.
when it matters.
You can't say I'm cool when you like your delta is just so up and you're coming for the last corner. And you know, if you made a small mistake, then you're out in Q2.
This time it's Donoso and Buremund, and he may go all the way round the outside, and all of a sudden, Barry Buremund is on a charge.
I race stuff like in terms of strategy and race pace wasn't really good there to be up there, unfortunately. But to be honest, that's a bit unlucky as well. But with my knowledge now and with the things I think I have a little bit learned, if we go back to Event 1 again, I will be like so much better.
This is a dream start for the McLaren Shadow driver on the soft tyres.
Just for me, I need to sort out my race pace, and it's not really a problem. You cannot sort it out. You know, with practice and understanding the more about race, you can really achieve what I want. So, you know, I'm really looking forward.
Barry Buremund is now going to take the lead from the pair of them. From P3 to P1, Barry Buremund in the McLaren decides, you know what, I'm going to lead from the front. Give me those soft tyres. And now, let's see what he can do.
I have two dreams. I think I have the ability and everything to be F1 Esports champion and finding the way to be Formula 1 driver as well. And I still believe it. Maybe it sounds a little bit weird for everyone, but, you know, it's my dream.
Great to catch up with Barry Buremund there. It's his dream. He's living the dream. From my point of view, it's been great to see Barry given that opportunity. He was with Mercedes last year. Now, McLaren Shadow, they're just like, hey, just go for it, Barry. Show us how much speed you got. And he's been phenomenal. Matt, you even call him the hot lapper. When we call him a driver a hot lapper, what does that mean?
Yeah, we awarded him the hot lapper of the year. And, you know, he's been in Q3 every single occasion this year, which is crazy considering the margins in qualifying have been just astronomically close, haven't they? It's been ridiculous. And to be there every single race is unheard of. So, yeah, he's hot lapper of the year. Yeah,
making it to Q3 every single time. And that's great to see, and that will build the confidence. My question to you, though, Alex, and I'm putting you on the spot. Do you know what it is that's weirding me out about it now? I can see your legs. We don't normally get to see your legs.
I know it's upsetting you.
No, it's not at all. I love it.
I exist below the waist.
My point I wanted to get to is why did Mercedes sit on a driver with this much talent? Because we have 3 drivers for each team, and some of them we won't even get to see in 2021. So are there going to be a future star, maybe, in some of these teams?
Well, maybe you take a punt. Maybe you sign someone and you think they're decent, and maybe then they go to another team and having been on the sidelines, having been frustrated, suddenly they get their moment. They take that step up. Also, everyone wants to be in a Mercedes or have the chance to race a Mercedes. So I can see why he was the 3rd driver there. Now he's very much the main man at McLaren, and it's been great to see his progression this year.
OK, well, let's have a look at the Drivers' Championship to see where Barry sits in the order of things. And it's not bad for your... I'm going to call it the official rookie year for Barry Buremund, which changes all of those awards we gave out in the quali show today.
It's literally unofficial.
Yeah, so I'll tell you what, let's just call him the McLaren Shadow driver. And what's brilliant about Barry is obviously disposing a former almost champ in Danny Beresny. But there he is, he's 5th, 98 points. Get another good win, and maybe Danny Moreno doesn't have such a good win. He could finish 4th this year. That's a fantastic achievement. And something to build on, right?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you know, when he looks back at this, getting into Q3 every single race and only being 5th in the standings, there'll be definitely stuff to improve on, maybe his race strategy, which tyres he went for, especially Monza, for example. But, you know, it is a fantastic foundation for him, and he can only improve going into next year.
OK, let's look at the top then. What is at stake tonight? Jarno Opmeer, 183 points. Freddie Rasmussen, 162. Lucas Blake down in 144. It wasn't the race for him in Imola, but come on, who's going to win it? I mean, who has got the possibility, the potential, with a Red Bull, finally get a Drivers' Championship?
Well, I mean, it's 21 points out of a maximum 26 available, so something really wrong is going to happen to Jarno Opmeer. You know, Brazil is very close. We saw it in qualifying that all the drivers are on the pace, but it's going to happen. You know, Jarno's ahead of Freddie on the grid as well, so something drastically wrong is going to happen for Jarno.
Basically, what that meant was it's time to move on. We've had enough of that Drivers' Championship, really. But I tell you what, Freddie Rasmussen, Brazil is not his favourite circuit. We found that in qualifying, but in previous races as well.
Yeah, for some reason, he just can't quite unlock the pace around here. So You don't know. When the moment comes up, maybe if there's a moment for Otmir earlier in the race, maybe he'll come alive and suddenly he'll love Interlagos.
OK, I'll tell you what, you guys head to that comms area. I'm going to head over here because this is what is at stake tonight. These trophies are on the line. We've given the Teams Championship to Mercedes, their first win since 2018. But the Drivers' Championship, that's what it's all about. We're heading to Interlagos after, I promise, final break.
Hey, we are F1 Esports and we are doing now the 5 seconds challenge. Let's go. My table, keyboard and wallet. No, I said it.
Oh my.
I said it before you.
Oh, a strawberry, a tomato, and apple? Apple. No, I said apple. Come on.
Give us 1 extra second. That's it. Grass. My microphone.
Oh, shower, brush my teeth, and eat. There we go. Nice.
Thunder, lightning, heavy shower.
Well, that's not a
rain.
disaster.
Tsunami, whatever.
Keyboard, pen, and a notebook.
Paris, Marseille, Lille. Finally.
A phone, a wallet, and money. Mine ones are so much easier, I think.
Lamborghini, Ferrari, and Fiat. Let's go.
Salami, cheese, and tomato.
Imagine a pizza without cheese, man.
That's what I always have.
Yeah, I'm washed up. Yeah, GG. I'm giving up, man.
There you go then, here we go, and we're here at the desk. Myself and Nick Hamilton, we head to Brazil. Nick, what do you love about the Interlagos circuit?
It's got a lot of history, just like Imola has. Anything can happen at Brazil, Interlagos, just like we saw in the real life Formula One. But yeah, I mean, it's such a fantastic circuit. It's quite small, as in, you know, the lap time isn't that long, so you know, everybody is super close, especially qualifying today was incredible. This championship is just getting closer and closer with every year that we do. So I'm really looking forward to the race.
OK, well, let's remind ourselves of what the Brazil track looks like.
The Brazilian Grand Prix often provides some unpredictable action.
Charles Leclerc down the inside of Sebastian Vettel. They make contact. What the hell? My God! Oh, they hit! Oh!
What a race.
The final track guide of the year belongs to the Brazilian Grand Prix at Sao Paulo. What an epic track to finish on. We've seen some amazing races here. Last year, into Turn 1, we had Longuet and Keefer fighting so hard. Longuet won that battle, but will they both be strong this year? We'll have to find out.
And Nicolas Longuet fights her way through.
Next area to talk about is turn number 4. If you get a great exit out the centre S's, you'll have another dose of DRS to help you overtake your rival into the 90-degree left-hander. We've seen Hamilton and Verstappen fight in real-life Formula 1 so hard they fell off the track. How hard will the esports drivers fight? Finally, for this Brazilian Grand Prix track guide, we have turn number 12. Is that Glock corner from when Hamilton miraculously won the title in 2008? Not going to be so many overtakes into here, but this is definitely where the drivers will set up the move as they then go all the way down that long straight back towards turn 1.
Oh, I tell you what, when you told me about Brazil and Interlagos, that's what I pictured. I pictured all of that and then epic work from Matt Gallagher to give us the track guide. When it comes down to this race, it is on the line. I've said it so many times, but it really is. You've got Jarno Opmeer and Freddie Rasmussen. Freddie Rasmussen has to win this race. Otherwise, the title goes to Jarno, which would be incredible for him. That's back-to-back titles. But how easy is this for Freddie Rasmussen to do?
It's not going to be very easy for him at all. overtaking in F1 Esports at any circuit is so difficult because they are so close. So yeah, he's really up against it. And if he wants to win his first title, he's going to have to win the race.
Yeah, and he's going to have to rely on Jarno Opmeer having a bad race to finish way down, which Jarno Opmeer doesn't do. So would you lean towards Jarno Opmeer winning this title?
I mean, if you're a betting man, you know, you'd put your money on Jarno, but honestly, knowing motorsport like the back of my hand, for me, anything can happen, and so that's why I don't bet on motorsport.
OK, well, let's have a look at that starting grid. It all came down to that quali that happened earlier on, and, well, let's see who's at the front of the grid. Oh, look at that, Nicolas Longuet, your champion from last season, 2020, at Sao Paulo. And he's backed up by Marcel Keefer. We've mentioned before, hasn't had the best season, but saving it to the last race of the season. Jarno Opmeer down in 4th, Barry Boremon in 5th. Joni Tommela finding a bit of form, just like Marcel Keefer towards the end of the season. Sebastian Job, that is his rookie season, in 7th. Freddie Rasmussen in 10th. So is that easy to go from 10th to win a race? Are there enough overtaking opportunities in Interlagos?
For me, I think it's all going to be down to strategy. Tyre strategy is going to be key if Freddie wants to come out with the win with this one.
OK, there you've got Brendan Lee in 20th, and that is not a familiar position. It's all tilted. We expected him to be up there in pole position. But hey, anything can happen. Will he make it into the points? Nick, I cannot wait for this. Almost time to head to Interlagos then. But before we do, a driver with a very special connection to Sao Paulo circuit has a few words for our drivers.
Hey guys, it's Pietro Fittipaldi, and I'm sending this message to all the drivers taking part in the Formula 1 Esports Championship. It's been a close championship fight, and it's coming down to the final race at my home track, São Paulo, Interlagos, Brazil. And I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to be watching myself, and I'm wishing all the drivers all the best.
I'm just being told by my producer, you need to push Nick Hamilton to give us a prediction. Who's going to win it then?
What, the title or the race?
Let's say Drivers' Championship. Who's going to win it, Nick?
I'm going to say Rasmussen.
Wow, I love that confidence. All right, I'll tell you what, we are going to go to Interlagos right now. Two guys who have been impeccable, immaculate. They have just been superb all year. They are, of course, Matt Gallagher, Alex Jakes, on your commentary.
Thank you so much. One of the great throws, Tom. Enjoyed it a lot. Here we go then. The business end, the sharp end, the important one. One race to go for F1 Esports in 2021, and it's all on the line. Serious advantage, Opmeer, but it ain't over till it's over, Matt.
It's not, and Brazil is probably not the track that Jarno would have chosen had to clinch the title, but he's got a hefty lead, and Rasmussen's going to have to pull off an unbelievable drive. Let's see if he can do it.
Here we go then. High tension, high revs, and 3, 4, 5 red lights in Brazil. And we're underway for the final race of the year with the title on the line. Nicolas Longuet immediately checking out. And then it's Longuet, Keefer, then Blakely and Opmeer. It's a good start for Sebastian Job. He moves up. It's a bad start for Joni Tommela. The Alpine holds the lead as we go on board with Jarno Opmeer looking to make it the double today. And he's in the wheel tracks of the man that he was fighting for so long this year. That's Lucas Blakely. And the Aston Martin man is ahead for the time being. Freddie Rasmussen in 9th position. Remember, he's got to realistically get into P1. He's got to find a way, basically got to find the race of his life to get up there, and it is a conservative opening lap. Hardly anyone taking much of a risk. Alvaro Carreton has improved up to 5th position. It's as you were for the top 4.
So Nicolas Longuet leading from the front, gone onto the soft tyres. You can see that gap is already at 1.1 seconds. Nicolas Longuet has had a brilliant opening lap to this race. He is going to want to do, like we've seen before, run away from the medium compound runners. Keefer, Blakely, Opmeer look to be all on those medium compound tyres. I can't for the life of me find another soft tyre runner. We'll have to keep an eye out for that one. But Longuet, as you can see, a second clear of Marcel Keefer, Blakely 3rd. But they're all just line astern at the moment.
Okay, on to lap 2 we go. Dream start for Nicolas Longuet, who won this race last year and was so impressive. Many thought that he would launch a championship challenge. It hasn't materialised, but he loves Sao Paulo. And it's fantastic, tight, twisting, high speed configuration, and that is a brilliant opening lap. For Marcel Keefer, 1.2 seconds, well, that's all right for the time being. The Red Bull driver, a multiple race winner, Lucas Blakely, a breakthrough season for him. He is currently third in the point standings. He is currently third in the race. Alvaro Carreton has nothing to worry about at all. This is a fast customer. He's been on the podium before. He's been on pole position before. But this has been a season to forget. Until now, because he's lining up the driver who can't afford to take any risks at all. The driver we're on board with can go full send. Otmeer's got to play the long game.
And Alvaro is on the soft tyre, so that is another driver on the same strategy as Longate, and he's going to want to clear Jarno very quickly. Indeed, the Mercedes driver does not go defensive at all, and in fact, that looks like a drive of Jarno saying, you know what, I don't need to fight this.
No, the only driver he needs to man mark is down there in 9th position, another fastest lap of the race for Nicolas Longate, 1.7 seconds away. That is taking all the frustration out. Yes, he's on the soft tyres, but he's building the gap that he needs at the moment. Carreton moving through the field. He needs to do that given the tyre he's on, and everyone else believes it's medium to soft, which is the way to go, which means that we could get a fair bit of drama towards the end of the 25 laps that are going to decide the final race of the year and decide the last championship we have unresolved. Will it be Freddie Rasmussen needs the race of his life to get out of trouble in 9th position, or will it be 2 in a row for Jarno Opmeer?
Something to watch is that Nicolas Longate is, of course, 2.1 seconds clear, looks very good, but we've seen this already so many times this season. Barry Burman, for example, at Monza, he was on the soft tyres, looking so good at the start of the race, but crucially then and crucially now, Longate does not have a partner to play with. He does not have someone to swap DRS with and save a bit of energy in the slipstream. Yep. He has to do it all by himself, and that may cost him the amount of time that he needs as Alvaro goes on the attack.
Alvaro Carreton really enjoying himself after a tough season. He's moving past, and he's taking 3rd position. He's taking 2nd position. 2 for the price of 1 into the center S's. Well, that's the sort of pace that you need on the soft tyre, but that's efficient work through the field. He's making that compound advantage pay. Now, on the same tyres, can Lucas Blakely, the likeable Scotsman, get past Marcel Keefer? These two were glued together in Mexico City. We've moved to Brazil, same thing.
So Lucas Blakely looking strong. The pressure is off his shoulders. I feel like he just felt it a little bit coming into this grand final week that, you know, he was in contention to win the title. We saw a few mistakes.
Think back, Matt. In Imola, we saw Jarno Opmeer forced off the road, got away with damage. Key moment. We saw Lucas Blakely caught out by the closing distance of the Ferrari in front, did get damage. That was defining. That was where the pendulum swung.
It was indeed. I felt like in qualifying, he was leaving it late in some places, so did start to feel some of the pressure. You have to say, very, very unlucky in Imola to drive into the back of Tunitsa. But these things are what define whether you're a champion or not. And Lucas, unfortunately, this year, not in the hunt, but he wants to finish on a win. You better believe that.
Here's a driver who's been on pole positions plenty of times this year, looking for that maiden win. If you consider that we've got the Rookie of the Year ahead, Sebastian Job, in the AlphaTauri, we've got a championship leader who doesn't want to take any risks, really not interested at all, just wants to sit there. Can he go on the attack here? Because we're in the DRS train, but we've got drivers taking different risks, different percentage of risks that they're prepared to take. Lap 5 of 25. This one feels like we are building to the stops. When are the drivers going to pull the trigger? Certainly if you're on the soft tyres, how early are you going to switch to those mediums? Because you want the benefit. Obviously, if you can extend the stint, it's going to pay you back later on. It's been an esports campaign that started in Bahrain, has taken us to some new venues, Imola on the calendar for the first time, and the Live Drivers' Championship as it stands. It is double Dutch for Opmeer, 193 ahead of Rasmussen, who looks destined to finish P2 the 2nd year in a row, unless he can do something on the soft tyres. No, does he go aggressive with the strategy now? He's got no choice.
He has to. You know, this is something that he has made work a couple of times this season, where he's gone early, got track position. I think it was Monza. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but he used that aggressive strategy to get then next to Marcel Keefer in the race. I think they were 2nd and 3rd, and they were working together, and Freddie just tried to hold on then. That's what he has to do for Brazil as well, in my opinion. He's not going to do anything from 9th place. If he goes with the flow, with everybody else, he's not going to make any positions up. He has to go early, he has to go aggressive on the soft tyre, and then just hold on for dear life. Marcel Keefer could play a very key role as his teammate at Red Bull.
Marcel Keefer has shown his ability to execute team tactics has been phenomenal. The key example of that, last year, Austria, the faster driver was chasing them down. They swapped over, they worked together, they conserved battery. They were finished 1-2, despite the fact they had no right to, if you looked at the overall pace. So they've magicked rabbits out of hats before. This one, though, will be truly astonishing. Consider, though, what we saw in Imola when Freddie Rasmussen managed to turn 15th on the grid to a podium in the end. But a podium today is not good enough, and he is hoping for something truly remarkable later on. But it's Dhl Haddad, who has rolled the dice super early. He's only done 6 laps on those mediums. He's getting rid of them. He's going for the softs. He's going all in. It's the final race of the year, and you can tell.
Yeah, he wants track position, does Dhl Haddad, maybe a little bit early, as he is the only driver in the pits, but expect him to launch up the order if some drivers don't come into the pits on the next lap. But that's what you have to do. You have to get in the mix somehow, and an undercut strategy is usually the only way to do that. We've seen Jarno Opmeer a few times go the other way, go longer into races, and then have fresher soft tyres towards the end. But Jarno Opmeer is potentially a double champion, and there's many reasons why that is.
Simon Weigang has a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting. I do not think he will be the last one out there. The driver who had so much hope going into start of this year, moving to Alfa Romeo, who contended for the team's title last year, but it's not been the year that he or they wanted. He's been a frustrated character at times. Further back, it's Keefer, it's Blakely, it's the battle for P3. And are we beginning to see those soft tyres maybe swing the other way? Maybe the medium is now the one to be on if you've taken 7 laps. That's not the news that Dhl Haddad wants. On board with his teammate, who was our opening winner of the year. You heard the beep. That's for DRS. Unfortunately, if you are Lucas Blakely, Marcel Keefer has got the DRS for Alvaro Carreton in front. And if you're Nicolas Longuet, well, you wish that you could race at Interlagos every single week, because he is just absolutely excellent around here. That gap maintaining 2.6 seconds.
Yeah, he was sensational in qualifying earlier, taking pole by over a 10th, and you might, if you're watching F1 Esports for the first time, you go, a 10th? That's nothing. But as I mentioned in one of the AR augmented reality pieces we had earlier, we've had the top 4 separated by 17 thousandths of a second. So over a 10th at such a short track is an unbelievable achievement. A 105.8 for Nicolas Longuet. I wonder if this soft strategy is going to work out for him, though, because that gap is coming down a little bit, if anything. 2.5 seconds now as he comes into the pits, Longuet, and we see the medium runners in as well.
Okay, super early. They've gone for this one. In he comes. So Longuet comes into the pits. Let's hear from the Alpine driver as the teams go to work.
You pit at the end of this one, Nico.
Already?
Yes.
So track position, absolutely key. That's what they're seeing. That's why they're reacting. That strategy on paper makes very little sense. But if one person goes for it, you've got to cover it off. And as they come out of the pits, it's Nicolas Longuet maintaining track position. Then it's Marcel Keefer. Then it's Lucas Blakely, who's just ahead of his teammate. But look at how much his teammate was able to gain. Look at how he was just able to vault up the field by going 1 lap earlier. He'll take the pain later in the race, but for now, track position gained for Dhl Haddad.
Exactly, and that's that's what we saw with Brendan Lee at Imola.
Yeah.
He'd fall away at the end, but right now he's going to be reaping the rewards, and he is right in the battle for what could potentially end up being the lead. Marcel Keefer is taking chunks out of Nicolas Longuet at the moment. 2.1 seconds the gap now between those two, as we see Alvaro Carreton in the pits as well. Clearly these two soft runners of Carreton and Longuet know that if they carry on these ailing soft tyres, they're just going to get jumped by everybody who are now going onto the fresh softs. So it's the only strategy they could really go for.
Okay, championship leader is in the pits. Jarno Opmeer has made his stop. His only rival, the only driver who can deny him the crown, is the new race leader.
And so he's gone opposite, hasn't he? He's gone the other way.
So we speculated, would it be an aggressive strategy early on? Fastest lap goes to Brendan Lee. But instead, Freddie Rasmussen has decided to hang it out there for the time being. And let's see where Longuet and Keefer are as they jostle for positions further down. Alvaro Carreton is out behind Lucas Blakely, and then it's Sebastian Job and Dhl Haddad. Jarno Opmeer behind Job, behind Haddad, and ahead of Boromund, but he is in the middle of the pack and losing a couple of track positions there.
Yes, he is now, just trying to work that out, perhaps 7th or 8th in the queue at the moment. So Jarno losing a few positions, but we know how good he is at overtaking. And well, right now, still, it's okay. Freddie, of course, still is yet to stop. So he's Just going to be watching that though, because Freddie clearly going for a completely different strategy here. He seems to have carried on again. So Freddie going a completely different way.
Well, he's got no choice because a 21-point swing is enormous. He needs something to go drastically wrong for Jarno Opmeer. He needs Opmeer to be on the wrong strategy, and he needs to hope that all of his Christmases come at once. Freddie Rasmussen, a multiple race winner, has been at the front of F1 Esports for so long, but he's never taken the title. He's got the race lead that he covers at the moment. That's the good news. Bad news is yet to stop. Will he call it the right way? Will he be able to go on the attack? Everyone man-marking themselves, put themselves down the order. Can Rasmussen make those tyres last, keep track position? He's got Danny Moreno for company, and finally poised at the moment.
Yeah, I wonder if Mercedes have said to Danny, do whatever Freddie does, in case Rasmussen's got this miraculous strategy up his sleeve. And as you say, Danny is within 1 second, so he'll be getting the use of DRS to stay with the Red Bull. Very interested to see how this unfolds. Differing strategies usually always provide an amazing end to the race.
Yeah, we've seen plenty settled on the last lap. In fact, it doesn't really feel like an F1 Esports race if it isn't settled on the last lap. But we've seen contrast and drives this year. This is not Nicolas Longuet coming under serious pressure and a bit more from Marcel Keefer, who is shaping for the move, but Simon Weigang is, for the time being, proving fairly useful for Nicolas Longuet because he is the last of the drivers who's yet to make his stop. Longuet, Keefer, then Blakely. Now here's the brawl. Here's the train heading down to turn number 4, and we've got Longuet feeling the pressure now because he's having to run at Weigang's pace, and Keefer and Blakely, Job, Opmeer, Carrington and Haddad are right there, and Opmeer is not on the front foot here.
Well, no, Opmeer's actually just passed Haddad and Carrington in the last couple of corners, so he's now 5th in the queue, is Jarno, and he's making the moves he needs in order to secure this championship, no matter what Freddie does.
So that's why he's not on the tail of this lot that he was before, having lost positions through the pit stop sequence. But Simon Weigang is keeping Longuet behind at the moment and causing a bit of a bottleneck, and you can see the momentum that is costing Nicolas Longuet out of the final real corner on this racetrack. And look at this, look at the speed they've all got. Got to be careful at this stage. DRS open, here we go. The Alpine finally, surely, is going to be able to pull out, but will he be the only one? Keefer thought about it, then decided to play the long game, and Longuet somehow can't find a way through.
And just watch this, Simon Weigang, he's fighting, fair enough, he can do whatever he wants, he's one of the competitors in this series, as Longuet's now looking to the inside again, cannot get past again. Freddie Rasmussen is not losing as much time here as he would if they were just in clean air. So watch this space with Freddie Rasmussen, who will be on the aggressive at the end of this race.
I'm pitting now.
No, wait, one more lap. Stay out.
I'm gonna get undercut from the 3 guys behind me.
We have no chance. We have literally no chance. We need you on the best tires possible. It's already only option.
So Freddie Rasmussen overruled there in conversation with his team. Simon Weigang is playing a role in the championship here. So Nicolas Longuet, Marcel Keefer, and they will be slightly uneasy at Mercedes now. Is this the moment? Surely it is. Marcel Keefer. So Longuet is defending from Keefer. Finally, he finds a way by, and that will relieve plenty of people. Longuet gets through, Keefer gets through, so does Lucas Blakely, the driver we're on board with at the moment. And we have a yellow in Sector 1. Danny Moreno has come in. He's not the only one as well. And that's tight. That's very tight indeed. He's forcing him in wide. Where have we seen that before? Nicolas Longuet, Marcel Keefer, they're both on the racetrack. We're on board with Lucas Blakely. Keefer gets ahead and he gets P2, but 12 seconds up the road. Freddie Rasmussen yet to make his stop, just being sent out there for as long as possible to hope that this lot carry on tripping over themselves and build him a gap, and at the moment they are. But crucially, Keefer now can dictate the pace. If he drives tactically, Matt, it's game game on in the championship. Watch that gap on the left-hand side. 13.2. Will he fight back? He's causing the bottleneck. He drops back. He looks for the DRS. This one's in the balance. This is thrilling stuff. Oh, look at this, side by side, forcing his way through. Sebastian Job. So Longuet gets back ahead, but Keefer's going to pull out of the slipstream, and this title battle is suddenly live. Here we go. Marcel Keefer is going to be dictating the pace out front. He's back into the lead. Longuet's in second, and finally, Freddie Rasmussen is into the pits, but he's going to have fresh tyres. He's going to have 10 laps, and he's going to have nothing to lose.
Yeah, Freddie's going to be so much quicker than the rest of these drivers ahead of him, so he's going to have to make a lot of overtakes. But Marcel Keefer is playing a big team game here. He let the Longuet go through, so he'd have the DRS down the straight, could take the position back. Now, I will just watch how slow Marcel Keefer will go through these next sequence of corners. He is trying to back this entire pack up.
Well, it is Abu Dhabi all over again. Tactical driving, this time to settle the Formula One Championship of Esports. And it's not a safety car period. They really are being held up. Jarno Opmeer's in the middle there. Opmeer swapping positions with Carreton. Opmeer living his nightmare at the moment because he wanted a boring race with no Red Bull dictating things at the front. You can see that Boromund is moving up to 4th position, but this is risky for Opmeer. He will know that he's got to fight his way to the front of the field. Opmeer and Carreton battling over 5th position at the moment. As long as he's ahead of Freddie Rasmussen, it's okay, but Rasmussen's got a huge tyre advantage, and crucially, his teammate, who has not had the easiest of seasons, when it matters, he's holding the pack up in the lead of the race.
He is. You know, you may look at Freddie Rasmussen.
Look at it!
Look at it. It's absolutely ridiculous. 3 wide.
3 wide on 2 occasions, heading down to turn 4, and it's Keefer and Longuet disputing victory, with Blakely in 3rd, Job in 4th, and Jarno Opmeer counting off the laps, wanting this one to end. Barry Boromund throwing it to the inside of Joni Tormala. Different things here are happening. You've got a battle for the race lead, but you've also got a championship picture, and you've got everyone stuck together. Tactical driving once again at the end of the season, and I can't tell you who's going to come out on top in this one, because we have no idea what sort of pace we're going to get from Marcel Keefer.
Just remember how easy it is. Look at Marcel again, just holding the pack up into that left-hander, and they're all just squabbling for positions now, but Marcel a little bit squirrely on the exit. They may look to attack.
Okay, championship battle is giving us an extraordinary race. Nicolas Longuet was in 2nd place. That now belongs to Lucas Blakely, and they're nearly 3 wide once again. It's difficult to know where to look. Your new race leader is Lucas Blakely, who gets through, and Marcel Keefer's go-slow tactics have maybe cost him, but he's given his championship a huge... his teammate a huge chance in the championship. Right, here we go then. Further back, Nicolas Longuet in 2nd place, Marcel Keefer in 3rd, Job is 4th, and Opmeer is still hanging on despite all of this.
Longuet's got a penalty!
He's got a penalty for corner cutting. It's a 5-second penalty for the driver who's in 2nd position, and Lucas Blakely now leads.
And Alex, Rasmussen's up to 7th already.
Whilst that's all going on, Rasmussen has made his way through the field. He's passed everyone. He's passed absolutely everyone. He can see his title rival. This is going to get uncomfortable. Freddie Rasmussen on the soft tyres, on the attack, given a chance by his teammate.
This is, well, 21 points. You think Jarno's pretty safe, but right now anything can happen. Just remember how easy it was for Blakely to lose a bit of his front wing on Tanitsa with all this chaos going on. Rasmussen's passing Carreton. Next up, Jarno Opmeer.
It's not a fair fight. There's an opportunity here. Freddie Rasmussen needed something extraordinary. Marcel Keefer has given him the opportunity. Lucas Blakely. Oh, that's off the road. Got to be careful. Got to be careful that you don't pass off the road there, because he got a penalty for that yesterday. He could easily get a penalty for that today. Blakely, Keefer, then Longuet disputing, battling, and Opmeer has his championship rival directly behind him. Opmeer just wants to score solid points and head off this opportunity, but he didn't want this scenario. He's got this scenario. The tactics of Keefer have given a chance to his teammate Rasmussen. We talked about them playing their role. To be honest, I thought we were filling time at the start of the race. I thought there was no chance of this happening, but it has happened, and now Rasmussen is just looking for a pass to go through against his championship rival, Jarno Opmeer. Sebastian Job doing a fantastic job, and Lucas Blakely goes, fight amongst yourselves. I'm off. I'm looking for my 3rd win of the year.
With all
field is squabbling, he has managed to break out of DRS to Nicolas Longuet, who's picked up that 5-second penalty for corner cutting. That is going to drop him well out of the points. Look how close they are, all the way from 2nd down to 15th as they now fight into turn 1. Marcel Keefer and Sebastian Job getting involved as well.
Oh, it is very, very close through there. Everyone backing off, and then nightmare scenario appearing in a few moments' time if Sebastian Job gets past. Mick trying to follow him through as well. He doesn't have any part of the racetrack to use for the moment. Oh, is he getting forced wide? Is this the moment? Oh, he's up the road. Rasmussen's going to be down the inside of Otmar. Rasmussen's going to have the opportunity as we go to Federatura. You can see Longuet goes in there. Pinch to the inside is the Red Bull. Going around the outside and taking the position is Freddie Rasmussen. And Jarno Otmar is down to 6th. Freddie Rasmussen has fresher tyres. Look how much fresher these tyres are. He's got a chance against all expectations. He's got a chance as Otmar goes through against Keefer, who played the team game every way he could and more, and for the time being the championship picture is still live. Sebastian Job is on for a maiden podium in F1 Esports, and as it stands, Otmar is still the champion. He just needs to keep this man in his sights, but can he? Because he's still got an opportunity. He's pulling out to the inside, going past, taking the position, breathless stuff in Interlagos. P3 for Freddie Rasmussen, who was out, who was finished when he was languishing in 9th position. It has turned around. Nicolas Longuet's got that 5-second penalty, so Freddie Rasmussen on track at least is effectively P2 with Otmar in 5th place. Not enough to give him the title. How quickly can he clear Longuet? How quickly can he really worry Jarno Otmar?
I think the big problem for Freddie Rasmussen is Lucas Blakely clearing off in this race. 2.3 seconds now ahead of Nicolas Longuet, who you can see right now with that flashing red light. He's in energy saving mode, so he's been pushing quite hard on those medium tyres. As you look down to the steering wheel of Freddie Rasmussen, he's got around 30% ERS himself, so he has been pushing to get through, but he's got enough to go on the attack against Longuet down the long straight towards turn 1. And Lucas Blakely may well spoil the party of this incredible strategy by Red Bull.
What a fantastic end to a fantastic season. Nicolas Longuet in Brazil once again has been very, very impressive, but his tyres are older. He's got a 5-second penalty, and now Freddie Rasmussen is going to take on track what he's had for a while now on the timing page, 2nd place, and now it's just a few laps between Rasmussen getting Blakely, and Jarno Otmar will just have to hope that he can stay ahead. He will not want Marcel Keefer in his mirrors, but if he hangs on to 5th place, it's going to be enough, although he will be sweating right now.
Absolutely. Moreno's out of the race, as you can see on the screen there. Not sure what's happened to him at the moment. There's the Live Drivers' Championship. The gap keeps on coming down as Freddie's pushing on hard. 1.8 seconds the gap now. He's got 6 lap fresher tyres than Lucas Blakely.
Look at the gap. Look at the gap. 1.8 seconds. It's just evaporating, man.
It is. It is. So Freddie has a great chance of winning this race, but can Jarno hold on to P5? Marcel Keefer has a huge job to do for Red Bull. Can he get back past Jarno? Can he then influence the race once more?
We're asking you a lot of questions. The good news is we're going to be giving you a lot of answers, and you don't have long to wait. 1.5 seconds. Rasmussen's got the tyre advantage. There's going to be nothing Lucas Blakely can do despite brilliant driving. He might be denied here, but the question is, where is this man going to finish? Because 5th place at the moment is enough, but he's trying to take the position away from Sebastian Job. He's got Marcel Keefer directly behind. He can't afford to drop any further down. It's getting all rather uncomfortable for our reigning champion, who was expecting an easy cruise to the finish. He knows that Freddie Rasmussen needed something extraordinary. Well, he's getting something extraordinary at the moment. And Marcel Keefer, well, they get on pretty well, these two at Red Bull. They've delivered team titles in the past, but they've delivered us a thrilling finale against all expectations. It's not enough at the moment, but Freddie Rasmussen's going to heap the pressure on and close down that 1.4 second gap.
This whole season has been epic, Alex, and I think this is just the icing on the cake. It really is, the cherry on top, and this is brilliant to watch. It still is not settled. 1.3 seconds the gap now. Rasmussen to Blakely. Marcel Keefer is eager to get through. He's saving a bit of energy. Last time we rode on board with Jarno Otmar, he had no energy left. He is trying so desperately to keep Marcel Keefer behind, because who knows what happens then. You've got Alvaro Caraton, Josh Adowu, you've got Schutt in there as well in P9. Anything can happen.
Anything could happen. It is all on the line here. Now, can Otmar respond? He is desperately trying to keep Marcel Keefer behind. He shapes for the move. He can't make it. He can't make it for the time being. Wow, this is huge pressure and a bit more This is amazing stuff here.
Alex, guess what, Freddie? Within DRS.
He has closed down the gap from 1.4. And here we go, Blakely versus Rasmussen. You can see the advantage on lap 21, nearly a second. That is the difference between tyres that are 7 laps old and Lucas Blakely and 13-lap-old tyres, and Freddie Rasmussen, who knew he needed to win, is surely going to be in position. And then can Jarno Opmeer stay in 5th position?
Look at the train behind them. They're all 2 tenths behind each other.
This is amazing. This is absolutely ridiculous, even by the standards of the last week. This is thrilling stuff at the end of the season. We are ticking down for the final laps of the championship with Freddie Rasmussen with a brilliant opportunity. He's got 2 DRS zones in order to put Jarno Opmeer in a horrible position. The driver who started in 10th, improved up to 9th on the opening lap, was told when he asked to come into the pits, no, don't do that, because we need you to have fresher tyres towards the end. And now we are seeing why. Lucas Blakely trying to chase another win. Marcel Keefer is very close to Jarno Opmeer whilst this goes on. Championship in the balance at the moment. Blakely finds himself ahead of Freddie Rasmussen. Rasmussen is just waiting for the opportunity. Surely he's going to get a chance as we go on to the last lap, and then it's a case of can Jarno Opmeer stay there?
This is so finely poised. I just want to say on a complete side note, but I'm proud of them right now, Van Erven for Haas, about to score potentially their first ever points for Haas this season. Anyway, back to the championship fight. Freddie Rasmussen. Now, does he go now or does he go on the final lap? You'd imagine he'll go on the attack into the final lap, potentially in the second DRS zone. We'll see. Oh, no, goes now!
He's going for it early on. He's going early on. Right, when all this pans out on the final lap of the championship, remember that Nicolas Longuet has a 5-second penalty, and we'll try and keep you updated. The battle for the win is going for the last lap. Freddie Rasmussen has done all he could, and he's gone through from 10th on the grid to the race lead as we start the 25th and last lap of the championship. The Red Bull driver has done all he can, and he's gone through absolutely all of them. What an extraordinary drive. They've got the strategy absolutely perfectly right. Rasmussen does his bit. Now can Jarno Opmeer stay there and take the crown?
Can Freddie hold on as well, because he's got that long run up towards the line as well. So Freddie it's not over yet. He's saving some energy, as you can see. Both of them are in fact, and Lucas still believes he can win this race, but Jarno Opmeer still holding on. But Marcel Keefer is so close behind him. Oh, it's the last lap of this amazing F1 Esports season, and it's still in the balance.
Absolutely incredible stuff. Van Erven and Schutz debating 8th position. Freddie Rasmussen has done absolutely everything he needed to do. The yellow flag is out in Sector 3. What a finale we have been treated to. The Live Drivers' Championship as it stands shows that Rasmussen got close, but he will not get close enough. Freddie Rasmussen with a brilliant drive, 10th on the grid to victory. Freddie Rasmussen scores his 10th win in F1 Esports, and surely one of his finest. He comes over the line, then it's Lucas Blakely, Sebastian Job, and the moment's arrived for the Dutch driver. Oh, has he been stressed in the last half hour. But Jarno Opmeer is the F1 Esports champion of 2021. He takes the Pro Championship for the 2nd year in a row, and it's the double for Jarno Opmeer. Unbelievable stuff for the Dutch driver. Champion again. Wow. In the balance all the way through. Man, we were expecting a coronation, and in the end he had a nightmare until he crossed the line. He had to sweat for it, but he's champion again.
Absolutely speechless, Alex. That was an incredible race. Freddie Rasmussen winning. Unbelievable from where he started on the grid. Jarno Opmeer, he must have been sweating, but what a race to end this season on.
Doesn't get better than that. How about that for a final race, Tom?
I can't hear you, Alex. The pyros went off. That was an incredible way to close out the 2021 season. Oh, I tell you what, we will announce your driver's champion for 2021 when we get back after the break. Don't go anywhere.
Hello, Williams Esports, and we will be doing the F1 Esports quiz, so let's see how we do. I would say like 7?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
It's more. Jan Ommer. I knew he had like 6 podiums in a row in the first half of the season, but I didn't know the wins.
Well, it's definitely Imola and Portugal, and well, USA was in 19, but it wasn't in 20, so I'll go with USA as well.
Japan for sure, because I really like Japan. Canada, too. Man, I can't remember. Hanoi, man. I mean, literally forgot because even Formula 1 didn't race in Hanoi.
Freddie.
Yeah, that's too easy. 5.
What?
Oh my god, man. 9 drivers. Yeah, I didn't know that. Impossible.
But it was, wait, it was Australia, Baku, oh, China, Spa, and Silverstone.
He didn't even race that year, but he's goated. Yeah, well, probably Ommer hasn't got this because he started on 2019, so yeah. Freddie Rasmussen.
Let's go.
Nah, language barrier. I lost because I'm Spanish.
Nah.
Nah, joke.
Wow, truly remarkable way to close out 2021. Live audience were loving the pyros. I hope you enjoyed them wherever you are in the world. But we need to give the trophy to your 2021 driver champion, and that is the one and only Jarno Opmeer. There he is. I love, for the broadcasting purposes, that you can hear me. Jarno, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear it, Tom.
Oh, fantastic. Jarno, you look so calm. I can see the trophies are already with you. Maybe the last years that we just send you the new ones for this year. But Jarno, talk me through that race. How nerve-wracking was it to know that you just needed to get enough points to get across the line and become a double 2-time champion?
Yeah, I just knew I had to finish in P8 no matter what Freddie did. So I was just trying to manage it. I knew Freddie had a lot newer tires, but yeah, I tried to hold him up a bit and then just ride my own race after that.
Okay, well, I feel like I've come to you when you've just, both of you have said something bad to each other. James, I want more excitement from you, James Vowles, Motorsport Strategy Director. You haven't lost, you've won. What do you make of the team championship, James? Great to have you on board this evening.
Yeah, great to be here. I'm incredibly proud. This team, really, when you look back 12 months ago, was midfield. And here we are with 2 trophies right next to me. Jarno delivering time after time, and Danny is the reason why we've won this Constructors' Trophy. And this progression, esports, is incredibly difficult. You've got 20 drivers that within a few milliseconds of each other, and you've just got to be up there, right at the front, no mistakes, time on time again, and make sure you deliver. And Jarno did this year, and this is his reward. And trust us, we are excited. This is a fantastic evening.
Oh, it is indeed. And I imagine that checkbook's out ready because Jarno likes to move from team to team, doesn't he, James? You're going to make sure he sticks around for next season. But I want to know, what's the secret, Jarno? Every driver who's a budding star that wants to be like yourself, what's the secret? Is it just the amount of hours that you're putting in? Is it the team that's behind you? Try and tell us, Jarno.
It's just about finding the right balance. I think I showed that this year I didn't quite have the best pace of everyone. But just in the race, I often managed to just edge other people out. And that's I wanted as a point, so yeah.
Well, a win in China, a win in Austria, a maximum amount of points for the fastest lap as well. Win in Mexico, Kota. It's just remarkable to see your journey, Jarno. And we've been treated to so many battles with other drivers. How worried were you with Lucas and Freddie? And how much do you look towards their abilities and how they pushed you to the line? You must be sort of complimentary to them.
Yeah, especially Lucas's turnaround from last year is very, very good. He struggled a lot last year with consistency, and this year he was just up there all the time, which made it hard for us because he was just up there scoring points every single race. And then, Freddie had a tough first event, but yeah, he just came back with 7 podiums in a row. So that made us a bit nervous in the end.
And I know also part of the team, Bono Huis. James has mentioned, Jarno, how important has Danny been for you to get this Drivers' Championship?
Yeah, he's pushing me a lot in qualifying. Usually is quite a bit faster in practice. And then also in qualifying this year, he is in the head-to-head out-qualified me. But yeah, I think I have most experience of the grid, which helps a lot. And yeah, he's just also in the last event helped us a lot. So yeah, it's been perfect.
Well, listen, if I had an orange flare, I'd let that off right now for you, Jarno. It's an absolute treat to watch you drive. I know you've done an incredible job as a Mercedes team, James, so congratulations for organising these guys. The studio audience here, give it up for your 2021 Drivers' Champion and Mercedes, the team champions. There you go. I'm going to head back over to the main desk there, a grand final. I tell you what, Nick, we were treated there. That was epic. I felt a bit bad for telling them they didn't look very happy. They were happy. They were just very formal about the whole thing, but they must be buzzing after, you know, Mercedes are the champs twice.
Yeah, they're very professional, aren't they, Mercedes? And Jarno, very professional in himself. Doesn't really say much. He does all his talking on the track, and wow, he's such a talented driver. Especially with his strategies, alternate strategies always work for him. They don't always work for everybody else, and he seems to know the game like the back of his hand. He doesn't get flustered. But yeah, what a great job from him and the team as well.
Okay, there was a battle. You said there was going to be a battle. You said Freddie was going to win the Drivers' Championship. Not to just pick apart and nitpick, but I tell you what, you got it spot on. He won the race 10th to 1st. But what about that battle with Keefer, Jarno Opmeer? It was sort of neck and neck, and was he trying to push him off the track? We know that they're best mates. That would never be the case. But it was nerve-wracking.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much respect between all of these drivers on the grid. There's no dirty driving at all. I haven't seen it in any of my time here, being here for the last 2 years. So obviously, Marcel had everything to almost in his hands, let's say, because Freddie was doing such a fantastic job out front, which you didn't expect from P10, but that strategy worked so well for him. But yeah, I think it got a bit close, but we know that Marcel is a very tactical driver, very, very clean, and it would have been a shame to have seen the championship end in that way if Marcel got involved, and it didn't.
We didn't hear it during the commentary from Alex and Matt, but you actually heard Jarno get very nervous about it. And in this point in lap 25, let's have a listen.
These guys, man, they're unbelievable. They're just trying to crash me out.
Copy.
That's it, copy. Yeah, they are. Best of luck. That's what the team said. But it wasn't that way. But we're watching it, and Jarno, you could hear in his voice that panic. He wants the Drivers' Championship. Yes, we know the team championship, that's where the money is. But for pride as a driver, you want to be the best. And there was a moment where, you know, it could have gone south for him. Yeah,
especially because Freddie was leading the race. I think if Freddie wasn't leading and he was P5, P4 or whatever, Jarno would be a bit more relaxed. But, you know, he's a racing driver. We all want to win. And obviously, with the main prize coming from the team's championship, it's good because it shows that all drivers have to work as a team, which is really, really important. Teamwork is everything in F1 Esports. But as a driver, you want to win the title, and for Jarno, for sure, to do the double is an incredible achievement.
If this was Sesame Street, the number of the day would be 10. A 10 out of 10 performance for this driver. His 10th win, going from 10th to 1st. How good was Freddie today?
Yeah, I think he was incredible. To be fair, he's driver of the day. For me, driver of the day. You can see how close they get, and they don't make any mistakes. They don't lock any wheels. Look how fair they are. And I think teammate of the day has definitely got to be Marcel Keefer. You know, working as a team with Freddie and trying to get him as close as possible to that title. But yeah, what a fantastic job from Freddie. Super proud of him. He doesn't show much emotion, but hopefully tonight he'll be smiling at least a little bit.
Yeah, it was just so good. And Lucas did a brilliant job to try and hold him up. Is the webcam going to go for anyone who's been watching throughout the season? Yes!
No!
You won the race, Freddie! But again, it's just, you know, that's just he's a perfectionist, is Freddie Rasmussen, and that just anything. P2, no, the webcam's gone as well, but hey, epic stuff from him. 2 wins earlier on in the season for Freddie in Silverstone and Spa. That makes it 3 for him. But Lucas Blakely, he's won the hearts and minds of pretty much every F1 Esports fan out there. He's just been phenomenal this year, and such a difference, night and day, to last year.
Yeah, I want to give him a personal round of applause for his...
do you know what? You can tell him personally. I believe we can go to Lucas Blakely right now. Lucas, Nick Hamilton is giving you a solo round of applause. I'll tell you what, the whole studio is going to give you one round now. Now, just to warn everybody, Lucas's answers are very short. So, here we go. Lucas, what a season for you, buddy. And the fact that finishing second there, not quite the Drivers' Championship this year, but how are you feeling when we come to the end of the season? How are you feeling? Ready for next year?
Well, I know how much you love my long answers, Tom, so I'll try and keep it short. But yeah, it's no, I must say I'm definitely ready for a break. But I mean, I don't know where to start. I mean, what a year it's been. It's been really emotional, really, you know, something that I could never have imagined. Definitely going into it. Of course, you hope that you can have a season like this. So yeah, I'm just really grateful that we've had the season we've had. And yeah, it might not be the Drivers' Championship, but I am very happy with the outcome, no matter. So yeah, it's quite hard to put into words on the spot. But yeah, I'll stop. I don't want to go too long for you, Tom.
No, it's all right. We've got 10 minutes. It's absolutely fine. Lucas, we were watching some of your highlights there, your maiden win in Bahrain. And for Aston Martin, you know, it's all about that prize pool. That's more money coming into the team. You know, you've had Daniele Haddad, Shanaka Clay backing you up. A totally different team this year. This will just give you that extra boost going into next year, right?
Well, I mean, it's not a bad way to end, is it? I mean, P3 and the Constructors' Championship, which was really the goal going into today, was to seal that off. And honestly, we couldn't have. I mean, it was going to be hard to predict how today was going to go, but that race was so crazy. So, you know, we could have ended up like both cars really high or like both really low. So just to end the season on a high like this was something that we were really wanted to achieve. We didn't want to go in on a low. We wanted to try and do a good one to end after what's been a really good year. So yeah, it was nearly the one. It was just one lap shy. I couldn't do much more with the tyres. I tried to play a little game with the DRS, but I don't think no matter what I tried, it would have been enough to hold Freddie back, who I must say did a really good job to come through the fields. And it was funny because I was asking my engineers, okay, so how fresh are Freddie's tyres? And I was like, we'll get back to you on that one. And then it was like 6 laps or 5 laps, I don't know. And I was like, right, that's good. So, yeah.
I've got to put my hand up. Lucas, I will say this. We're going to watch an overtake, a double overtake. Myself and Nick on the desk here right now. We loved this, Nick, didn't we?
Yeah, I thought you were incredible, Lucas. I think you've been all the way through this year. You've now become a front runner of the series. My question to you is, what's been the main changes from last year to this year? Because I see you as a consistent front runner now, and you're really dealing with the pressure really well.
Well, first of all, thank you. It's really appreciated. And yeah, secondly, I guess, I mean, it's something that I guess a lot of people want to know. It's like, how is last year, or how is this year, sorry, much better than the year we have? No, wait, I've mixed this up. No, how is this year better than last year? But to be honest, I'm not sure driving's the biggest part, because I think driving's one thing, but you need a collective package, whether that's, you know, working on the fine details, whether that's strategy, setup, you know, the things you can control. And then when you piece these things together, you can just build the confidence. And that's something that this year I've never experienced, probably like this much natural confidence, especially under pressure for quite a while, because last year it was very hard to have any confidence because we just didn't do a lot of the details correctly, whether that was the setup or whether it was the strategy, and it all just falls apart. You really do need the collective package for it to all go together. And yeah, I mean, I think this year we've done a lot of work behind the scenes. Like, the amount of hours we've put in is really, really high, just purely driving, whether it's looking at, you know, all the details and learning from the past, and it's a constant.
Lucas, I'm putting my hand up.
The last one, but yeah.
I've got to say, only because we've got to close the show, you know I could chat to you for hours. You've been phenomenal this season. We will see you in 2022. Now you get to spend more time with your Cat Monaco. Get out of here, Lucas. Congratulations on this year. And there you go. I need to announce the Interlagos DHL Fastest Lap goes to Brendan Lee. So congratulations to him on getting that fastest lap. Alex, Matt, you need to announce the DHL.
Thank you very much, Tom. We've got a couple of awards to give out, and first up we have the DHL Fastest Lap Award of the year. So, shall we crown it?
I think we should.
I think we should. We've got Joni Tormela on the line, shortly, I've been told, actually. So Joni Tormela has won this DHL Fastest Lap Award, which is obviously an amazing achievement, of course.
It doesn't look like a hole punch. Stop saying it looks like a hole
Here
punch.
he is.
Yes,
he's right behind me. Joni, how are you doing, mate? How's your season been?
It started off really difficult, but then I think we picked up the pace really well, got some strong results. Of course, today wasn't really the end I wanted, but it's nice to get the award at least.
Amazing stuff. Joni, congratulations on your DHL Fastest Lap. I wish you the best of luck for next season.
Thank you.
Excellent. There
He's
you
a
go.
cool cat, that man.
That was
a cool cat.
Much more brief than Lucas Blakely, that was.
Yeah.
And finally, the Aramco driver of the day goes to Freddie Rasmussen.
Here he is.
Here he is.
10th on the grid to the win.
Love that. Now, Freddie, please don't hit the camera. We are nice. But Freddie, how have you found this season? Obviously quite close to Jarno Opmeer at the end. What an amazing drive at Brazil.
Yeah, it's been a good season overall, I think. There was a bit of some unlucky moments, which it cost us a lot of points, but I think we finished it off strong. Marcel, I don't know how he managed that. He kept like 15 cars behind the whole race, which made me able to win the race, which was quite mad.
It was pretty mad. It was amazing to watch, Freddie. Well, congratulations on winning Aramco Driver of the Day, and we'll see you next season, maybe for the driver's title next year?
I think I prefer P2.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Freddie.
Well done, Freddie.
Thank you.
Great drive today.
Well, there you go. Great to speak to Joni and to Freddie. And for one final time this year, Tom, back to you.
Thank you so much, Matt. And that is how you do an interview. Short and sweet. Beautiful stuff there from Joni and from Freddie Rasmussen. So this is your Drivers' Championship. This is how it ended, 195 points. I think I said 5 there. Why not? That's how I'm pronouncing it. And that is the last time I will pronounce it in 2021. There you go. Epic stuff from all of the guys there in the top 10 and from all of the drivers that competed this year. Teams Championship. Well, there you have it. Mercedes dominating 295 at the top over Red Bull. But the beautiful thing is, Haas got 10 points. That is what it's about down there at the bottom. So everyone got some points. Look at this for a shot. I got Nick Hamill to my left. Right, we're wrapping things up. 1 minute to stop talking. That is what I've been told. So, Nick, summarise, what has the season been like for you?
I think it's been amazing. I'm so grateful to be here, to be on the desk, to be around the team. Thank you for everybody turning up, showing their support, and everybody at home watching. I don't know what camera to look at, but it's been absolutely incredible, and hopefully I'll be back next season.
Yes, you will be. Definitely part of the team. Maybe Natalie Pinkham will be here as well. Alex, an integral part of the team. What have you loved most of all about this season?
The fact it's been so close, the fact we've had so many cars in contention all the way through. You've never known who's going to win, and what a finale we had. Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, Matt, always a pleasure to be working with yourself. Highlight for you this season?
Just how. I mean, I'm just echoing Alex's thoughts. It's been crazy to see the level up this year, and I can't wait to see what 22 brings.
Beautifully done. Well, listen, to everybody who's been watching this season, thank you so much. We'll be back next year. Make sure you check out the F1 Esports to get all of the details of how you could be here competing. But in the meantime, thank you to everybody watching, and well done to Jarno Opmeer and to the Mercedes team. See you next year.
It is time for a new season for F1 Esports, the Pro Championship. Lucas Blakely takes the lead. What a way to take your first victory in this championship.
The British Grand Prix is underway. Oh, look at that! Dhl Fastest on the inside up to P2. That is unbelievable from the Mercedes driver. Marcel Keefer has dominated from the front. He comes over the line to win the Italian Grand Prix. David Tanitsa takes the final place on the podium. Freddie Rasmussen wins the Belgian Grand Prix ahead of Jarno Opmeer. But what a race from Freddie Rasmussen.
And we're racing.
Lucas is flying out there.
Danny Moreno takes the lead. Has Freddie Rasmussen made a mistake? Danny Moreno wins at Zandvoort.
It's a big step forward for Mercedes versus Red Bull in the Teams Championship. The medium appears to be the preferential strategy. He wants a victory. He's let him through.
Jarno Opmeer back on top. And we're underway.
Look at Jarno Opmeer.
Rosberg is off the road. Jarno Opmeer turns third position into the race lead.
Into the final corner.
Is turning into a great day for Jarno Opmeer. Separated across the line by less than half a second. Jarno Opmeer brilliantly wins.